I just want to ask if everybody's ready to win on November 6th.
Oh, yeah.
Good. You ready to keep the 6th District red and make sure that Warren County is the #1 Republican county in the 6th District?
Right.
Absolutely. I think, are we ready to choose results instead of resistance?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, that's what I'm hearing as I travel around the district. I just couldn't be more grateful to all of you for everybody's hard work over the course of this campaign. It's been a true grassroots campaign that has started just from the ground up, from folks talking about how fed up they are with Washington. They want to see real change, how our president is trying to make that change. And we've got a Congress that all too often stands in the way of change instead of helping to make that change. So I'm aiming to get up there and to help our president and to help the people of Warren County in the 6th District by actually getting in there and clearing out the bureaucratic mess and keeping taxes low and helping to restore some of the faith of the people in their government for the greatest nation ever to exist on the face of the earth, the United States of America. You with me? We've got a real choice this election. We got a choice between actually getting up there and making the change so that you all can make your own decisions, because I believe that the best answers for Warren County lie with the people of Warren County, Virginia. Or my opponent, who believes that Washington has all the answers and wants government to solve all your problems.
No, they don't.
It's a choice when it comes to health care of repealing Obamacare and giving you more options and more control over your health care decisions, or Bernie Sanders socialized medicine. The choice is clear. When it comes to energy, again, we've got a clear choice for voters. Voters can either choose an all-of-the-above energy policy to bring prices down for folks in this area, make sure that whether it's coal or natural gas or nuclear, or yes, we can do solar or wind, but without all the taxpayer subsidies that come with it. Or we can choose my opponent's goal, which is essentially to take us back and roll back the Industrial Revolution to a time when we didn't have much more than windmills. She would have us literally tilting at windmills to get our energy. So the choice is clear. When it comes to taxes, I think you need to keep more of your hard-earned money in your pockets to make sure that when it comes time to make decisions for your family, you make those decisions and not Washington. And my opponent thinks that the tax cuts that are boosting this economy and giving us record low unemployment and record high GDP are wrong-headed and wants to roll them back. I think that's the wrong direction for Warren County. I think that's the wrong direction for the 6th District. And we could go on and on. We could talk about the Second Amendment. We could talk about the right to life. We could talk about spending by the federal government. In all these and other areas, it's very clear that voters have a choice on November 6th. And I believe in the voters of the 6th District, not Washington bureaucrats. And I'm putting my faith in you to make the right decision. So I ask you to put your faith in me on November 6th. Are you with me?
Oh, yeah.
Got it? All right. So again, thank you all for all you've done throughout this campaign. I see some of you have walked with me along the walk during the summer. 220 miles of small town values. It was great to end right across the street here at the gazebo and celebrate that victory. But also, we got a victory to celebrate on November 6th, so I'm asking you to put in a little bit more effort, a little bit more time, a couple more calls, grab your friends at church on Sunday, grab your friends at the grocery store, grab a stranger at the gas station. Remind them how important this election is to the future. We've got to keep Congress in Republican hands. We've got to give the President and Congress that'll work with him We've got to make sure that the 6th district stays red as can be, and we got to make sure Warren County has strong conservative representation in the House of Representatives. So I ask you to join me. Let's get to work and let's win on November 6th.
All right.
Thank you all very much.
We're standing outside the Republican headquarters on Chester Street, and with us is A.D. Carter III, candidate for town council in the upcoming race that's come up November 6th. A.D., you've heard the messages tonight from our Republican candidate for the 6th district, and I've seen you've been talking to some of our other representatives, Mark Obashane and Chris Collins. Tell us what did you think?
Well, I've known most of those guys for at least 4 to 5 years. And we have always carried the same ideals. I have a few more motivations. The reason I don't accept the ideas of the number one, I don't believe in Section 8. I don't believe in government cheese. I don't believe in the fallback position that because I go to church and the preacher says vote Democratic, I don't just do that. The thing that I was taught as a child was that you have an opportunity, and this land affords you that, to make the best of yourself. I've tried that, and I've done all that I could do to make that happen for my family. I've even taught my family to never accept second best. Second best is, number one, their own best interest, and as they raise their family, we don't end up with a crop of knuckleheads that don't know how to do for themselves, with their hands out looking for a freebie. That's not the way America is. You can make it if you try, and I just firmly believe that.
How do you feel about Ben Cline and his candidacy? It seems like he's really a hard worker.
Ben Cline presents one of those guys that is an original thinker, and that's something you won't hear very often. Somebody who thinks for themselves. That's what I have always been accused of. You know, I don't go with the crowd. I never believed in the crowd. Half of the kids I grew up with in the crowd are now either dead or in jail, so I don't think with that crowd. I do think for myself. Ben is a shining example.
Well, we know you're going to be a big asset to the town council. We hope that the votes go your way on November 6th. We do appreciate everything you do for the town. We know you're been the past president now, the current president, or soon to be the past president of the NAACP, and I know you brought that organization a lot forward in the community for the last 4 or 5 years, and the great things you do for all the other associations and churches and everything else. And I know that you'll even do more than that when you get on council.
Well, you know, part of the things that I feel I'm running on a platform of what I learned in church. And that was the old saying of let the works that I've done speak for me. If you think I can't get it done, look at my record. Those who think I jumped on the Republican Party just for the local vote, all they have to do is look at my record. You can go all the way back to Prince William County back in 1996. I was working with the Republicans then.
You're a card carrier.
I am. And I've done that because a couple of the older guys, especially African-American guys who were Republican, told me, son, look at that crowd. If you want to be like that, get with them. If you don't, do otherwise. And I think I've chosen that correct path.
Well, we appreciate it, A.D. Thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you so much. You have a great evening.
Thank you.
Mike McCool here with the Royal Examiner. We're standing down at the headquarters of the Republican Party here on Chester Street, and with us at the moment is our delegate from Warren County, is Chris Collins. Chris, nice to see you here this evening.
Good seeing you guys again.
What are you waiting here for?
Oh, Ben Cline's going to be making an appearance today. As you know, he's running for Congress, and so I'm here to support my friend Ben. He and I served in the House of Delegates together, and we were roommates for the last 2 years down in Richmond.
Oh,
He's a very close friend.
So you can tell us whether he's going to be a good congressman or not.
I think he will be. He's very attentive to his constituents, and he's not. There's no harder worker that I know of in the House of Delegates.
Well, I notice he hasn't forgot about Warren County. He spent many visits here to us, and as we well know, we're stuck up at the far end of the district. So I hope that's what it'll be like when he's elected our congressman.
I think it will be. I mean, what I've seen from him as a delegate, he travels his district constantly, and he travels outside of his district as well, depending on the issues of the day. So I think when you see him here, I think you'll see him showing up to a lot of things. He will not be an absentee congressman.
That's great. So you can tell us all the secrets. He spent 10 years in the Virginia House. So
I think Ben would be a little upset if I started sharing too many secrets. but Ben is very straight-laced.
That's great. That's great.
But I served with him on the courts of justice as well. So I spent many an hour on Mondays and Wednesdays and Friday nights with him working on legislation. And like I said, he is extremely attentive and works very hard on all the legislation that he works on.
All right, great. I'm here with our reporter from the local DVM in Hagerstown. You got any questions you want to ask?
You really covered it. I feel like the only question that I want to ask is, what are some of the most important issues, like on Bar-Ben, that he focuses on and that he advocates for?
So I think that he is very much in a small government role. I think that he believes that the government, businesses will thrive when there's less government in its way. And I think that going into the federal level, I think that that's one of the things that he will strive to work on, and I think he'll be a good advocate for.
All right.
Well, tell us about your campaign. When's your
Next
time
year.
up? Is it next year?
Next year.
Well,
So.
You have time.
Well, you've done
a little
great
bit.
work. You've done good work for Warren County. I know it's just a small sliver of your district, but you've given us great representation in the House, and we really appreciate it.
Well, I very much appreciate that. Thank you. It means a lot to me.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
We're standing outside the Republican headquarters on Chester Street. With us is Mark Obeshang. Mark, appreciate you coming by. I understand you're here to support Ben Cline.
You bet. It's good to be here with you. You've got a hard-working group of conservatives here today, and it's not just today that they showed up. They have been showing up 5 days a week, 6 days a week, out knocking doors, working hard for your town council candidates and for Ben Cline, and to send Tim, I'm with Hurricane, home.
I noticed that there has been a lot of door knocking, and the candidates are showing up to support that. I think that's good.
Yeah, you know, politics is not easy, and you don't win races by sitting on your front porch. You win it by wearing out shoes, by walking neighborhoods, by visiting with people, meeting your constituents, getting to know them, and you know, these candidates here, these town council candidates, have worked hard. They've been knocking doors. Ben Cline has walked from Roanoke all the way up to Front Royal, and he's put in an incredible amount of effort, and it's paying off.
Well, I noticed, I said to Chris Collins about this end of the 6th district is, you know, we're quite a long ways from Roanoke, and you know, it's a big district, and he hasn't forgot about us. I mean, he's shown up here at a lot of events.
Well, we've been
a lot of programming at a lot of times. He's been here many, many times.
Yeah, you bet. And he had a great example set by Bob Goodlatte, who was tireless in his efforts to get around the district, always accessible. Ben Cline I've known for, 20 years, and Ben is very similar. Ben's one of the hardest working members of the House of Delegates in Virginia. He's going to take that work ethic to Washington and across the 6th district. He's not going to be a stranger in any corner of the district.
We appreciate that. Ralph Waller over there, our Mr. Republican on the corner, says he's looking forward to you being the next governor. Any rumors of that?
Ralph is awfully kind and maybe a little bit charitable.
A little too soon, maybe, right? We do appreciate everything you do. I know you support Warren County for us, and we do appreciate that.
Well, it's good to be here. I love being up here. You've got some hard-working folks, and you know, we really need to make sure that we are focusing on basics, on economic development, making a difference in people's lives every day, and that's what I strive to do.
Well, these midterm elections seem to have less turnout, and I'm hoping that you know, this effort will really push people out to vote.
Well, I think that a lot of attention has been paid to this particular midterm election, and a lot of things have happened on the national stage that I think have really increased awareness and are going to ramp up participation.
We appreciate it again, Mark. Thanks so much.
All right, thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Thanks.
Here again in front of the Republican headquarters on Chester Street, and with us is Ralph Waller. Mr. Republican, I understand we see you every Wednesday night, Wednesday afternoons, I guess, at these rallies. We see you at the gazebo.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. You want to go back on the other side?
I'm just.
Take 2.
This is my fault. Okay, we're good.
All right. Mike McCool here with the Royal Examiner. We're standing out on Chester Street in front of the Royal. We're standing out on Chester Street in front of the Republican headquarters with our Republican representative from the gazebo every Wednesday. This is Ralph Waller. Ralph, tell us what you think about Mr. Cline.
I think he's going to be a great candidate. Also a nice person. I can tell you that just from talking to him. But I think he's going to be he's going to vote for the Republican agenda, and that's what we need.
What do you think he'll do for Front Royal? You think he'll be here representing us?
I think absolutely he'll represent our district. He'll definitely do that. I have confidence in all of them. Mr. Obenshain, Mr. Collins. I think they'll all do a great job for us.
Well, we see you actively keeping the Democrats on their toes every Wednesday. So you think that'll carry through for the next week or two?
I think we're trying to wrap it up. You know, we think it's about over. I've talked to the other side, and they're agreeing. How much longer can we go on? It's not that. We were out in the cold last year, but it's, you know, this has been going on a long time. We think it'd be better for everybody just to end it, and if we can
start again next.
No, just let it go for a while. It'll be over. You know, we've done a good job. It's been a year and a half, and
well, I think we've made aware of a lot of things in the county and opened some people's eyes to both sides.
Right.
And I've carried on a dialogue. I think you've carried on dialogues with both sides. I think it's been productive.
Yeah, these guys come over and have coffee with us. I mean, it's not like we
They're
don't
our neighbors.
talk to them. Yeah, that's right. They're our neighbors, and they got their views, and we have ours, and that's just the way it's going to be.
Well, I think people are committed. It brings out some people that are committed to the process. I think that's good. And if we can generate a few more voters on either side, I think that's a win-win.
It is a win-win. Because, you know, everybody's got a right to support whoever they want to. And that's the way America works. You support whoever you want to.
We just want to get people out to vote.
Well, that's what we need. Yeah. We need voters right now.
Right, either side. We need
either
voters.
Side, right? I agree. We'd prefer Republicans, but that's a good thing.
Well, we appreciate you, Ralph. All your good work.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very
I have a question for Ralph.
Sure.
So you own this building, right?
Yes.
So how do you feel about hosting Ben and all of these? I mean, but you've hosted Corey, now Ben, and you've hosted people all the time.
Well, we're just glad to see them come up here and have a place to go to so that they can meet here and scatter out and get votes. That's what it's all about, getting votes. And these guys are all top-notch guys. I've known Mr. Obenshain for years, and I consider him a great guy. I'd like to see him governor, the next governor.
All right.
Thanks, Ralph. We appreciate it.
Okay,
Thank you.